The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Zexathera's tentacles writhed in barely contained fury. The holographic display before them showed impossible readings. Energy output that should have been theoretically devastating was, instead, powering an entire human colony. "Explain this," the Veltai ambassador hissed through their translation device. "The stellar cascade generator was designed to collapse stars. It has ended civilizations. How dare the humans?" Dr. Sarah. Chen stepped forward, her worn engineering jumpsuit a stark contrast to the ornate robes of the assembled alien dignitaries. She had volunteered for this diplomatic mission not because she enjoyed politics, but because she was the only one who truly understood what they'd accomplished. "With respect, Ambassador Zexathera," she began, her voice steady despite the weight of a dozen hostile gazes. "We didn't dare anything. We simply saw a different application for existing technology." The Korthak representative, a towering crystalline being, resonated with what their translators interpreted as indignation. "Different application? You took a weapon of mass stellar destruction and what exactly?" Sarah activated her own holographic projector, showing detailed schematics that made several delegates recoil. "We reversed the polarity matrix and inverted the quantum cascade sequence. Instead of causing stellar collapse, the device now creates controlled fusion reactions that can power our colonies for centuries." Elder Morthak of the ancient Vailnari species leaned forward, his 6 eyes blinking in sequence, a sign of deep confusion among his people. "Impossible. The stellar cascade generator operates on principles of entropy maximization. It was created by the long-dead architect race specifically to end stars that threatened their empire. The mathematics alone should prevent any reversal of function." "Should," Sarah agreed with a slight smile. "According to conventional understanding of quantum stellar mechanics, yes. But humans have a tendency to ignore what should be impossible when we see a practical problem that needs solving." She manipulated the hologram, showing energy flow patterns that defied several established laws of physics. Colony Kepler 442b was dying. Our fusion reactors were failing, and the nearest supply depot was 8 months away. My team had 48 hours before life support systems collapsed entirely. Ambassador Zexathera's tentacles had stopped writhing, now hanging motionless in what Sarah had learned indicated intense focus. "Continue." "We had the stellar cascade generator in our research bay, recovered from that derelict architect ship near the Horsehead Nebula. Everyone said it was too dangerous to study, that it should be locked away or destroyed. But when you're facing extinction, dangerous tools start looking like opportunities." The Veltai ambassador interjected, "The weapon requires exotic matter to function, matter that exists only in the hearts of dying stars. How could you possibly—" "We synthesized it," Sarah said simply. The chamber erupted in a cacophony of alien languages. The crystalline Korthak's resonance reached frequencies that cracked the viewing windows. Elder Morthak's translator was producing error messages as his species' concept of impossibility overloaded the device. "Silence," boomed the council arbiter, a massive being whose species had refereed galactic disputes for millennia. "Human Chen, explain this synthesis process." Sarah pulled up another schematic. "We couldn't create exotic matter the way dying stars do, through gravitational collapse and temporal distortion, but we realized we could achieve the same quantum state using controlled antimatter annihilation in a magnetic containment field, then phase shift the resulting particles through a modified Alcubierre field generator." Elder Morthak's translator finally came back online. That would require computational power exceeding the processing capacity of entire worlds." "Yes," Sarah nodded. "So we networked every quantum computer in the colony, including the navigation systems from our ships, the environmental processors, even the entertainment systems. For 16 straight hours, every piece of computational hardware on Kepler 442b worked in parallel to maintain the exotic matter synthesis. And it worked?" The question came from Ambassador Thisara of the Peaceful Melodic Collective, her harmonic tones conveying wonder rather than horror. "It worked. We generated enough exotic matter to power the stellar cascade generator, but instead of using it to collapse our star, we inverted the process. The device now creates a stable fusion reaction that produces clean, abundant energy while consuming only basic hydrogen, which our colony's ice miners can provide indefinitely. Zexithera's tentacles began a slow, rhythmic dance, their species' equivalent of deep thought. This technology, it could revolutionize energy production across the galaxy. It already has, Sarah replied. 17 human colonies have installed similar systems. We're sharing the specifications freely with any civilization that requests them. The chamber fell silent again, but this time the quiet held a different quality. Not hostility, but contemplation. Elder Morthak spoke first. In 30,000 years of galactic civilization, countless species have encountered architect weapons. All treated them as artifacts of destruction, too dangerous to modify, too powerful to understand fully. Only humans looked at a star killer and saw a power plant. That's not quite accurate, Sarah corrected gently. We saw people who needed power to survive. The weapon was just a tool that could be repurposed for that goal. Ambassador Thaisara's musical tones grew warm. This is why the collective nominated humanity for council membership, despite your species' brief time among the stars. You see, possibilities where others see only limitations. The council arbiter's massive form shifted, a sign of impending judgment. The council recognizes humanity's unique approach to problem solving. Dr. Chen, would your people be willing to share this technology officially with full council oversight and safety protocols? Sarah smiled. Ambassador, we already uploaded the complete specifications to the Galactic Data Network before I arrived here today. Any civilization can access them freely. The shocked silence that followed was broken by what Sarah could only describe as alien laughter. Thaisara's harmonic giggling mixing with Morthak's rhythmic clicking and even a sound from the usually stoic arbiter that resembled cosmic thunder. Humans, Zexithera said finally, tentacles waving in their species' gesture of amused resignation. You turned a star killer into a gift for the galaxy, then gave it away before asking permission. Well, Sarah replied, adjusting her jumpsuit. With practiced nonchalance, 47 billion beings needed better access to clean energy. Seemed like the efficient approach. As she left the council chamber to thunderous alien applause, Sarah reflected on humanity's newest reputation among the stars. The species that looked at weapons and saw tools, at problems and saw opportunities, and at the impossible and saw Tuesday's engineering project. Behind her, the Galactic Council began drafting new protocols for human-style innovation management, a framework they suspected they would need frequently in the years to come.